All right, let's get right into it. Picture this, a world built on magic, where 6 different realms are all shackled by these ancient, deadly curses. And every 100 years, their rulers are forced into a lethal game to try and break them. But the price of freedom? It's always, always paid in blood. This is the world of Lightlark. And this quote right here, it says it all. This one line just perfectly captures the brutal reality for everyone in this story. Think about it. The one thing that should bring people together is the very thing that can and will tear their entire world apart. The stakes really couldn't be any higher. So here's the basic setup. For 5 long centuries, these curses have been crippling 6 different peoples. The only way out is a 100-day-long game called the Centennial, held on the mysterious island of Lightlark. And the final rule? It's simple, and it's absolutely horrifying. One ruler has to die to break the curses for everybody else.
Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone agree to such a deadly game? Well, you have to understand what these curses actually do. See, a ruler's magic isn't just their own. It's the literal lifeblood of their land and their people. And for our main character, this is a particularly terrifying problem.
So let's meet Isla Crown. She's the ruler of the Wildlings, a realm that everyone else fears and, frankly, misunderstands. But she is hiding a secret that could get her killed the second she steps onto that island. In this game of ancient, powerful players, she has no magic. None. Her whole life has been a lie, just training to fake a power she's never had, all while being terrified of being found out. And this is what she's fighting for. The Wildlings have some of the most gruesome curses you can imagine. To survive, they're forced to eat human hearts, which, as you can guess, has made them total outcasts. And even worse, any wildling who dares to fall in love is doomed to die. On top of all that, because Isla is powerless, she can't even feed her own land the magic it needs to live, so it's just slowly fading away. The pressure on her is just immense. So, with all that weighing on her, let's get into the game itself. The Centennial isn't just about trying to survive. It is a complex web of strategy, ancient rules, and deadly consequences. The ultimate prize requires the ultimate sacrifice. You see, this game is specifically designed to create paranoia and betrayal. It's built into the rules. For 5 realms to be freed, one has to be completely destroyed. It automatically turns any potential ally into an eventual target. There's no way around it. And this is the cold, hard math at the heart of the Centennial, just one. There are no loopholes, no negotiations. For 5 realms to win, one ruler and their entire realm must fall. But it's not just a chaotic free-for-all. The rules themselves are what create all the tension. For the first 50 days, no one can directly harm anyone else. This forces all the rulers into this cold war of making alliances and gathering secrets. And the no heirs rule, that's especially vicious. If a ruler dies, their entire bloodline, their whole kingdom could just end. Right there. Oh, and every promise made, it has to be sealed in blood, literally. I mean, just try to put yourself in Isla's shoes for a second. You're powerless, you're surrounded by these ancient magical rulers who all know that one of them has to die. Your only defense is to understand these complicated, deadly rules better than anyone else. No pressure, right? Yeah, with rules like that, you can't survive on your own. You have to make alliances. But that's the big question, isn't it? Who can you possibly trust? In a place like Lightlark, the line between a friend and an enemy is dangerously thin.
So these are the 3 key players that Isla has to deal with. First, there's Celeste, the ruler of the Starlings, who becomes her first and, seemingly, her only true friend. Then you have Oro, the ancient and very powerful Sunling King. And finally, Grimm, the ruler of Nightshade, the very realm that everyone whispers created the curses in the first place.
And this really boils down to the choice Isla faces between these 2 guys. On one side, you've got Grimm. He's from the most feared realm, the one everyone blames, but he's surprisingly charming and seems to see right through her defenses. On the other side, you have Oro, the Golden King. He offers her a deal, protection, but his motives are murky, to say the least. And Isla's only friend, Celeste, is crystal clear about who she should stay away from. She sees Grimm as nothing but a manipulator, a dangerous distraction. And this warning, it just hangs over every single interaction Isla has with the ruler of Nightshade. But the first knife in her back, it doesn't come from the ruler of Darkness. Nope. It comes from the King of Sunlight. After making a deal to protect her, Oro exposes her secret, that she's powerless to all the other rulers. He basically paints a giant target on her back, marking her as the easiest sacrifice. So much for trusting the powerful king. So after that betrayal, Isla realizes she can't count on anyone else. Her entire focus shifts. If she can't trust other people to protect her, she needs to find power for herself. But as the subtitle warns us, on Lightlark, power always comes at a very steep price. This kicks off two parallel quests for her. First, she's searching for something called the Bond Breaker. It's an artifact she thinks can unlock the wildling magic that she should have been born with. And, at the same time, she gets pulled into this search for the heart of Lightlark, which is this mythical energy source that Oro is convinced is the real key to breaking all the curses. And this is what Oro tells her. He frames his whole quest for the heart not as some kind of power grab, but as this selfless act to save the island itself. It's a line that just perfectly captures the central theme of the story. Is power a prize you win, or is it a burden you have to carry for the good of everyone else? And this is Isla's core dilemma. For the very first time in her life, she has a shot at real power, the kind of power that wouldn't just save her, but would make her a truly formidable ruler. But to get it, she has to lie, she has to steal, and she has to navigate these increasingly dangerous and morally gray situations. And all of this brings us to the climax. Isla does it. She succeeds. But this subtitle, it just says it all. The curses were broken, but so was she. Victory comes at an absolutely unimaginable personal cost. And here it is, the final devastating twist. The one person Isla trusted more than anyone, her friend Celeste, she was never real. She's actually Aurora, another ancient ruler who everyone thought was dead. And she's been pulling Isla's strings from the very beginning, all as part of a centuries-old plan for revenge. The final move is just gut-wrenching. The only way to break the curses for good is for Isla to take an artifact called a bond maker and kill the person she trusted most in the world. She has to destroy her friend to save everyone else, and it's an act that frees her people, but it completely breaks her spirit. This quote, which we hear throughout the story, becomes Isla's tragic reality. She proves she's a true ruler, not by gaining power, but by sacrificing the one genuine connection she thought she had, all for the good of her people. It is the ultimate, heartbreaking fulfillment of her duty. And so, we're left with this question. Isla saved her people, but she absolutely lost herself in the process. It forces us to ask, in a world that's built on curses and lies, what does it really mean to win? And is some freedom just not worth the cost?